show, some very familiar friends are here to wish us a Merry Christmas. They have a special delivery in their Christmas mailbox. This is the 7-inch Snoopy and Woodstock mailbox with light garland. Snoopy and Woodstock done in the Jim Shore way. A one-time only price that saves you $13. You can bring it home for $54.98, but only until the end of today. And also, that easy payment does go away at the end of today as well. This is the lowest price that you will see for the next 3 months. And I think I just mentioned that price is good to the end of the day. It's not. It's actually good just to the end of the show. So this is a one-time only price, the lowest price you will see for the next 3 months. Jim, this is your own spin on characters that we have just fallen in love with.
Well, you know, with all the co-brands I do, and I've got I don't know exactly how many, to tell you the truth, I haven't counted them lately, but it's about 20 some.
Wow.
And it started out with being invited by Disney to do a collection with them, and then it was Rudolph, and it just added, you know. But when this one, when we were approached by the folks, you know, that do Peanuts, to do a collaboration with them, I was really delighted and really excited about it, because I just could see in my mind that I knew I could do that, you know, and do it faithful to the characters, which I try to do first and foremost. But you know, I sort of grew up with this, with the genius of Charles Schulz.
Yeah. Yep.
And with him, it wasn't just a comic, a silly little comic, which it was funny and it was always, you know, entertaining. There's a lot of psychology involved, you know.
There is.
I think that's the reason that it was so popular, is because it was sort of it was kind of a snapshot of the human condition.
Right.
Because he included everything, you know.
It was like a thinking man's comic.
Sadness and happiness, and you know, and trust, and you know, it was just good, you know.
Yeah.
And I had the honor of being invited to be the keynote speaker at the last Beagle Fest, which is the Peanuts. It's the Peanuts convention.
Oh wow!
And they call it Beagle Fest because
Snoopy's a beagle,
right? And so I went, and it was up in Minneapolis, and I was shocked at the hundreds and hundreds of people, particularly when half of them are dressed like Snoopy, you know.
Oh, I love that so much.
No, it was great, you know, and so. It was a delight to be able to share a little something. Now, I've never met Mr. Schulz. He passed away before I got involved, but I met his daughter.
Oh, wow.
And she said that she felt like her father would be delighted with my approach to it, and that was high praise. So I was really, really, truly happy about that.
Oh, that's amazing.
You know?
So we have 150 gone already, 350 gone already, $54.98. Jim, how do you take characters that everyone knows, and everyone knows in their mind exactly how Snoopy and Woodstock look, and how do you then add your own spin on it and your artistic kind of perspective?
Well, this goes to what we were talking about earlier about the process of the sort of, some people refer to it as the dynamics of creativity, you know? And it's not something that you can force, I don't think, or maybe it's not even something you can learn, you know? It's something I think that's just inherent with an artistic personality. Yeah. And the way it works with me is that, for one thing, I know the subject. And so I have a clear understanding, you know, within myself of what the subject looked like, whether it's any of the princesses with Disney, or the, you know, or whether it's Harry Potter, or, you know, whatever I'm doing. And we do a brainstorming session where we get together, and everybody who is involved throws ideas into a pot, including my team. Okay. And we come up with this list of doable, you know, that's winnowed down to what's a doable list. And then I start looking at the list, and it's usually a cryptic, something like this might be winter mailbox, you know, Snoopy scene. Okay. Something. Yep. Something like that. And as soon as I see that, I get an instant mental image. And that just comes to me. Really? Yeah, it's like theater of the mind, you know? It's like if I made a suggestion on something, if I said, purple elephant with pink polka dots. you immediately think of the purple, and everybody did. Anybody who's listening is thinking of that right now.
Yep.
If I said, don't think of it, they'd be thinking of it. So that's the way it works, you know, and it's instantaneous. And when I think of that, then the design work is done.
Wow.
And I go all the way down the list, and it might be 200 pieces, and I catalog, I put them in a file cabinet in my head.
Oh my goodness.
And then I pull them out as I start on each one, and I do a comprehensive drawing so that I can communicate my idea to everybody that needs to know.
Wow.
And that's what we do our color work on, and that's step one. And then we go from there. But the finished piece is always identical to the original instantaneous thought.
Wow.
So
it's just your kind of inherent artistic
so it makes
mind.
it makes it both simple but complex, because I know from experience that not everybody thinks like that.
Right.
And so it's just one of those things. It's the way I've always done, even when I was a little kid, you know. And I was doing portraits when I was in junior high school, you know, and artistic things. And it was always starting out with this clear mental imagery, and that's what everything's built from.
500 have been picked up. This, remember, is a one-time only price, the lowest price that you will see this for the next 3 months, and it goes away at the end of the show. So many of us watch the Charlie Brown Christmas specials every year.
Every year.
We love these characters.
That's a family tradition.
It absolutely is, and now you can pay tribute to that in a really beautiful way that is not a plastic Snoopy and Woodstock. It is truly elevated and folk art inspired. Gorgeous design, all done out of that wonderful stone resin that resembles that hand-carved wood.
And the letter in there, as you can see, says, you know, to Santa, North Pole.
Oh, yes. Okay,
Which,
we'll turn it this way so maybe they can see in the camera.
Yeah.
There's a little letter in the mailbox
there it is.
that says Santa Claus, North Pole.
And if you were giving this to one of your children, I would recommend putting a little note in there right beside it.
Oh, that's a great idea.
Tell them how much you love them.
Oh, so wonderful. Make sure you don't miss this one-time only price, $54.98, or place it on Easy Pay, $13.75. That price is good for 29 more minutes.